Hey, it's Frank from 4D Honeybee, and I'm going to check my splits here. So I made 4 splits. This is one. It's a 4-frame nuke box, and that is a 10-frame deep hive body box that I put 2 partitions in. So it's actually 3-frame boxes for mating. So we took queen cells here on June the 28th. They were set to hatch, due to hatch around July 3rd. Now, obviously, nature has its own way, right? It might have hatched July 3rd, it might not have. We're July 6th now, so if it works on schedule, the queens should be out. They probably are not mated yet, but they should be looking like they're ready to go. So let's have a look at 4D Honeybee. Okay, so my only goal in this inspection is to hope that they have a decent number of bees, which I think they do because there's good action at the entrance. Check it out. Can you see them there? This hive had pretty good numbers going in, and they seem to have maintained those numbers. It didn't seem like there was too much migration back to the original box. So let's see how they do. Let's get the smoker just in case. Hoping to find a queen, even if she's a young and skinny one. Okay, so we still have 4 frames worth of bees there. We'll look on the lid. Make sure the queen isn't on there. You never know. All right, let's have a look. Very calm bees. That's good. Good sign. I've been very, very lucky in the last couple of seasons. And that's part of why you want to continue the genetics that work for you. Okay, we're looking for a queen here. If I find the queen, I could mark her. I do have my marking stuff. I usually don't like marking virgin queens because so much stuff can happen before they come back. So this is a brood that was hatching out, and looks like they're just filling it with nectar, which is to be expected. So this is part of why their numbers maintain pretty decent, because when you do a split, you've got to give them good nutrition for the queen, and you've got to give them some brood that's pretty much ready to hatch out so that they can have an increase in numbers right off the bat. This one is looking pretty good so far. This, I think, on the other side is the frame that the queen cell was on, so we'll get a good look at that in a second. I don't see any queen movement. Maybe the cell was on the next frame. I think maybe it was on the next frame. Tough to remember all this stuff. I don't see a queen here, but look at the cells. It's just nectar going into those cells. The frame spacing in these nuke boxes makes it easy to work with them, insofar as you don't have to move frames over or anything. Wow, that's a tough one. Okay. Just trying to go really slow with this one. Yeah, so that's where the queen cell was, right over there. You see it? Kind of looks like it came out sideways, which happens a lot, or has seemed to happen a lot. Usually you like to see a perfect hole at the bottom where the queens come out, and if they come out through the side, it usually means that it's been chewed through and killed for some reason. That can be the case, and it can not be the case as well. Already had one this year where there was only one cell in there, and it was chewed through the side, and a beautiful, beautiful queen took over that hive. I don't see a queen there. This frame right over here. Okay, last frame to check. This one is incredibly heavy with honey. Holy smokes, look at that. Huh. An absolutely, completely capped, like 7-8 pound frame of honey. It's incredibly wide too. I don't even think I can show you that because I'm going to drop the thing. It is so heavy. Looking for a queen. Again, not likely the queen would be out here, but you never know. She could be. Let's check this side really quick. Okay, no, I don't see a queen here. Doesn't mean she isn't in there. She could be on the side of the box. I could have missed her. All I'm going to do with this hive is absolutely nothing. I'll let it sit for another week. In a week, I'll come back and have another look and see how she's doing. No queen that I can see. If you saw her, leave me a note in the comments. But if not, first one is quiet so far. Let's check the others. So there you go, 3 chambers. And they're not overly... I thought they'd be propolized and tough to get off, but they're not. They're all fairly loose. Number 3 is a little stuck on. Number 2 is okay, and so is number 1. So let's see if we can find a queen in here. Okay, again, a good number of bees. You see there's bees on all 3 frames. It's tight in here though, very tight. Let's pull off this one. Pretty much already touching the side of the box. So I'm just going to have to go up really, really easily. Hopefully not hear any squishing. I think I've got to keep that in mind when I'm selecting the frames to put into this breeder box. They can't be too thick, especially the honey frame. Okay, so here's brood, and you can see a queen cell right there. See that one right there at the bottom? So it's possible that they made that queen cell even though I had put a queen cell in, which is not a bad thing. I mean, generally they say when you do these splits, you try not to put any eggs in whatsoever. You don't put eggs in because if you put eggs in, they'll make a queen, and sometimes they're a little more likely to swarm if that's the case. So we'll leave it though. See, they tried to make one at the top there too, but it didn't look like it worked. So we'll leave this one. It's capped, it's small. Well, it looks like it's ready to open actually. You can see just at the tip where they're already trying to chew through it. So let's see the other side. Oh, another, yeah, they made some more queen cells. Look, there's another queen cell right there. See that? So this frame that I thought was all capped brood was not actually. It still had some eggs that at least these bees thought were viable enough to make a new queen. So if I find the queen, I'm just going to let the process ride. Although I could make a split off of this frame alone, but let's see what we see. And then we'll make a decision. Better to have queen cells than to not have anything, I'd say. This middle one is going to be where I put the queen. Let's see what we see here. Nice calm hive. I didn't even give this one any smoke yet. See how calm they are. Okay, I'm going to leave this one out too so that I've got lots of room to put the frame back with the queen cells. This should be just a honey frame. Oh, heavy, heavy honey frame. This frame, I don't see that a queen hatched, but I do see that we've got queen cells ready to rock here. So we've got one on this side, and probably more on this side. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Very small, but we've got two there in the middle-ish and one nearing the bottom. So again, I'm going to let these guys go, let these guys figure it out, and come back in a week or a few days and see what they've determined. All right, so I don't know if I can claim that to be a success or a failure, to be honest with you. It would have been nice to see a queen, but they've still got cells happening. So it means that they and we have got options. That's what you want. This one roared just a little more than any of the others, so we'll see what they have to say about things. Looks like there's a little fewer bees in this one. Just like 2 frames worth of bees, where the one I just took out had a solid 3 frames of bees. Let's see what we got here. Just some honey. This was the resource frame that I put in that didn't have much honey in it, but had a lot of space for a queen to lay. Okay, I don't see a queen out here. Set it down out here and continue to look. More queens on the next 2 frames. I think again on this one, on all of these boxes, the queen that I put in was in the middle frame. Yeah, you can see where she was there, right? I don't see a queen here. I don't see a queen. How about you? Now this last frame I think was just honey. It's very light. Okay, now this was brood. And look, they've made a queen here too. So obviously I gave this hive some eggs too. Look at that, it's a nice queen cell. Another queen cell. So it may very well be with this one as well that they just chose the queen cells that they made as opposed to the ones that I provided. Okay, so this one's got a couple queen cells as well that we're gonna let play out as well. They're nice and calm so far. And so far working with the 3 boxes isn't an issue. One thing that I kind of realized though, one issue I'm going to have is when I go to actually hive these, I don't know how I'm going to get the bees out of the box. That's the only one that has been. Whoa. There's some smoke. All right, so both of these making queens, right? So, let's see about this one. So this one's a little more active, I'd say. More bees on the lid. They've propolized the lid, and there was much more of a little roar when I put the smoke to them. Okay, just need to take my time. Come up nice and slow. They're starting to hit my hands already, so this hive, this split, shows some signs of aggression that none of my other hives have. So just have to keep an eye on that. Make a note on that. So this is the brood that I gave them. It's hatching out. Doesn't look like they made any queens here. This is where the queen was that I gave them to. I think. No, maybe it was the next frame over. Yeah, I think it was the next frame. I don't know. Starting to hear the rumble of thunderstorms in the distance, and that's very typical for this type of a hot, hot day. Let's get some more smoke going on these guys. They're just starting to hit my hands, hit my legs, and so we want to try to keep them calm. Beautiful frame for a queen to be laying on. Filling it up with nectar over here on the left. There was the queen cell right there. You see that? It's right in the middle there. That one bee has just gone in and checked out. So I mean, it looks like it hatched out. Could have hatched out. Don't see a queen. I don't see queen-like movement. Sometimes there'll be a flow. Well, there's a pretty big bee right there. That could be the queen right there. No. Oh man, is that the queen? Yeah, maybe. Look at that right there, heading up to the top, heading down now. Yeah, that looks like it could be a virgin queen. Definitely bigger than the rest. Moving around. Kind of like a queen. I think that's a queen. I think that is a virgin queen right there. Let's just watch her for a bit here. Yeah, right there. See her right there. Definitely looks like queen movement. She's a little bigger than the rest. Let's get her back in the box. Okay, so that definitely looked like a young virgin queen to me. And they are pretty humming in that hive though. The motto of the story here anyway is just give them some more time, at least another week. See if those queens get out, get hatched, or the queen that I did see get out and get mated and start to get fatter and start laying. So for now, mostly successful. We've got this split has a few queen cells in it that I'm going to let go. These two have queen cells in them that I'm going to let go, and this one has a queen. So by this time next week, those queens should be out. Let's see, at 40 honeybee.